Hi everyone. Today we are going to study the fascinating world of brands. As you can see from this slide, brands surround us every day. From what we wear, what we eat, where we shop, and what even we drive. But have you ever wondered why brands hold such power over our decisions? Let's begin by asking ourselves by a key question. Why are brands so important? Why do they influence not only us as consumers, but also the companies that create them and even the nations where they originate? Brands are more than just the logos or names. They shape how we feel, build trust, and help us make choices when faced with so many options. For companies, a strong brand can increase value, build customer loyalty, and create differentiation in crowded markets. And for nations, brands represent cultural influence and can enhance a country's global standing. Throughout this lecture, we will explore how brands impact consumers, businesses, and entire nations, while also looking at real-world examples like the ones you see here. By the end, I hope you will have a deeper understanding of why brands are so powerful and why they play such a critical role in today's world. Now, let us set the direction for today's discussion. Brands are not just logos or names. They show something much deeper. Brands are about trust, emotion, and the relationship between consumers and companies. In today's session, we will explore why brands matter from three key perspectives. First, we will examine the consumer's point of view. What role do brands play in their choices? Second, we will look at the value brands bring to companies. And lastly, we'll discuss how brands influence a nation's image and its economy. Let's start with the consumers. Why do you think brands are important when making a purchase decision? Is it just about the product, or is there something more? Brands offer consumers a sense of trust, quality, and consistency. Kellogg, 1993, explains this through the concept of brand awareness. It means when a consumer recognizes a brand, they are more likely to buy that product. This familiarity helps consumers feel secure in their choice. Think about Apple. People buy the iPhone not just because it's a well-made phone, but because the Apple brand stands for innovation, premium design, and status. The brand is so strong that many consumers do not even consider other options. This emotional connection creates loyalty and keeps people coming back for more. When was the last time you bought something because of the brand rather than the product features alone? Now, think about it for a moment. Maybe you have bought a pair of shoes because they had a Nike logo on them. Or maybe you choose Starbucks over another coffee shop. In these cases, it's not just about the product's quality, but about how the brand makes you feel. Brands give you confidence in your choice. You know what to expect, and that consistency builds trust. That is why consumers are often willing to pay more for a brand. They trust, even if similar products are available at a lower price. So, it is not just about functionality. It is about the relationship between the brand and the customer. Keller's quote. Now, let's take a closer look at what Keller 1993 says about the power of brands. As you can see from this quote, brands offer consumers more than just a product. They provided trust, quality, and consistency. Think about that for a second. When you buy a product from a trusted brand, you expect it to meet certain standards every time. Whether it is a cup of coffee from Starbucks or an iPhone from Apple, you know what you are getting because the brand promises a consistent experience. And that promise of consistency is what builds trust with consumers. For instance, let's say you are deciding between two similar products. One is from a well-known brand, and the other is from a lesser-known competitor. You are more likely to pick the well-known brand because you trust its reputation. That is what Keller 1993 means when he talks about trust and consistency. These qualities are what keep customers coming back. Trust, quality, consistency. So, as we move forward, keep this idea in mind. The emotional and trust-based connection between a brand and its consumers is a powerful force. It is what makes brands more than just names or logos. It makes them a part of our everyday decision-making process. Now, let us shift to companies. Why do brands matter so much to businesses? Aker 1991 talks about the concept of brand equity. It adds emotional value to products, making them stand out from competitors. Strong brands allow companies to charge higher prices and build long-term relationships with consumers. Now, let's take a look at some of the top global brands based on their brand value in 2023, according to Interbrand. Interbrand is a global agency to provide brand valuation services. As we can see, Apple tops the list with an impressive brand value, $502 billion, followed by Microsoft, $316 billion, and Amazon at $76 billion. Let's also take a look at the figures from another research organization, Kantar. Although the figures may vary depending on the methodology used by each organization, we can see that there is not much change in the brand making rankings. Look at Apple again. It is data from Kantar, a global agency to provide brand evaluation services. In 2023, Apple's brand was valued at $880 billion, which made up 30% of its total market capitalization based on 2023. But as of October, Apple's market capitalization stands at approximately $3.449 trillion, making the most valuable company globally. This immense valuation highlights the power of Apple's brand and its role in driving consumer trust, loyalty, and financial success. This strong brand means Apple can charge premium prices for each product or service, even though there are many similar smartphones in the market. Consumers trust the Apple brand and are willing to pay more for what they believe is a superior experience. Okay, you might be wondering, why are Apple's brand valuation figures different? Well, this is a valid question, good question, right? You might have noticed that Interbrand values Apple's brand at $502 billion, while Kantar estimated at $880 billion. That is a huge difference. But don't worry, both numbers can be accurate, and I will explain why. They are both measuring something slightly different. Let me break it down for you. Interbrand takes a more financial approach. They ask, how much money does this brand bring in? And focus on how the brand impacts the company's profitability. It is all about financial data, things like revenue, profit margins, and how the brand contributes to future earnings. And Kantar, on the other hand, focuses more on consumer perception. And how people feel about the brand. Then you get brand equity, how loyal customers are, and how emotionally connected they feel. So Kantar's valuation may be higher if a brand really resonates with consumers, even if it does not directly lead to profit. Think about it like this. Interbrand is looking at the brand from a business perspective, like an accountant or financial analyst would. They want to know how much the brand is helping the company make money. Kantar, on the other hand, is more like a psychologist or a marketing expert. They are interested in how people feel about the brand and how much loyalty or emotional attachment the brand generates. So, when Kantar says Apple's brand is worth $880 billion, they are saying it is because of the strong emotional connection people have with it, whether that is about innovation, status, or simply love for the product's service. So, the big takeaway here is that both numbers are accurate. They are just looking at brand value from different perspectives. One is focused on finance, the other is focused on consumer sentiment. Okay, next another example. Let us consider Samsung. Their Galaxy smartphone series is not just about Anyway, let's start again. Next another example. Samsung. Their Galaxy smartphone series is not just about great hardware, like high-resolution cameras or a long battery life. Samsung's brand stands for innovation and premium quality. This brand positioning helped Samsung capture 19% to 20% of the global smartphone market in 2020 2022, according to Statista, and build strong consumer loyalty. In 2023, Samsung retained its position as the global leader in smartphone market share, accounting for 20% of the total market, with an Apple closely following at 19%. Samsung's success is attributed to its diverse range of products or services, including innovations in foldable smartphones like the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and Z Fold 5. Meanwhile, Apple continued to perform strongly due to the consistent demand for its iPhone 15 series, particularly in key markets. These figures demonstrate the competitive nature of the global smartphone market and the ongoing rivalry between these two tech giants. Okay, now that we understand why the numbers differ, let's talk about why this matters. Brands are more than just logos. They are powerful assets to drive consumer loyalty, competitive advantage, and financial success. All right, these numbers are not just arbitrary figures. They show immense value these companies derive from their brands. Why is brand value so crucial for companies? There are three key reasons. First, consumer loyalty and trust. A strong brand builds trust with its consumers, making them more likely to stay loyal over the long term. Take an Apple as an example. People don't just buy iPhone and MacBooks and Apple Watch because of their features alone. They trust the Apple brand, which stands for innovation, premium quality, and status. This trust keeps customers coming back. Second, competitive advantage. A well-established brand provides differentiation in the market. Samsung, which is ranked 5th, continues to compete at the global level because its brand is associated with reliability and cutting-edge technology. A strong brand sets companies apart from their competitors, giving them an edge. Lastly, financial value. Brands allows companies to charge premium or prices, resulting in higher profit margins. For instance, brands like Tesla and Louis Vuitton can charge more because of the value their brand brings. It contributes insignificant to the financial success and long-term growth of the business. So, as we can see, brands are far more than just the logos or names. They are powerful assets to drive consumers become loyal, to create a unique position in the market, and to add tremendous financial value to companies. In fact, they are critical to the long-term success and growth of a business. Now, think about this. What do you believe makes a brand valuable? And how do companies keep their brands strong in today's competitive market? Do you think companies would still be as successful without strong brands? What do you think are some examples? Well, if we look at companies like an Apple or Nike, their success is not just because of great products. It is because their brand connects with people emotionally, creating a sense of trust and identity. Without that strong brand, they might still be successful, but probably not to the same degree. It is the brand loyalty and recognition that makes them stand out and give them a competitive edge. So, in many cases, a strong brand can make all the difference. Finally, let's talk about nations. How can a brand affect an entire country? Well, countries also have brands. They shape their international reputation, attract tourism, and promote trade. In this slide, we will explore how one nation brand impacts its economy and global reputation. We can break this down into three key areas. The first is reputation. A nation's brand helps shape its international standing and how it is perceived globally. A strong national brand affects how the country is viewed and trusted on the international stage. For instance, countries like Japan or Germany have built positive reputations around reliability and quality. This perception not only influences diplomatic relationships, but also play a big role in trade and investment. The second is tourism. A strong national brand can significantly boost the tourism industry. When a country has a strong brand image, it makes its culture, history, and tourist attractive appear more appealing, attract more visitors. For example, the rise of K culture. It is or Hallyu. It has led to a significant increase in tourists wanting to visit South Korea. Beyond culture, factors like food, fashion, and beauty are also driving tourism growth. Lastly, there is a trade and investment. A well-established national brand encourages foreign companies to invest and promote the export of domestic products and services. For example, American brands are known for innovation and creativity, while Chinese brands are recognized for mass production and cost efficiency. National branding not only attracts tourists but also expands opportunity for foreign investment and trade. It leads to a fueling economic growth. As you can see, a nation's brand plays a crucial role in shaping its reputation, driving tourism, and boosting trade and investment. Which country do you think has the strongest brand and why? In this slide, we see the significant role that a strong national brand can play in the economic growth of the country. According to Kate Dini, research from 2015, a robust national brand brings about substantial economic benefits. How does this happen? First, a strong national brand attracts a foreign investment. When a country viewed positively in the global stage, companies and investors are more likely to choose the country as a location for their business or investment. This injection of foreign capital stimulates economic growth and creates new job opportunity, right? Second, a strong national brand also boosts exports. When products from a country are associated with high quality, innovation, or prestige, international consumers are more inclined to purchase those goods. This increase in exports strengthens the economy and enhances the global standing of the country. So, what Kate Dini is telling us is that a well-established national brand is not just about reputation. It has a real, tangible economic effect. It can attract foreign investors, boost exports, and ultimately serve as a powerful driver of prosperity. As we continue, let us think about how a country can inactively shape and strengthen its national brand to reap these economic benefits. As another theoretical point of view, Simon and Holt, in his 2007 work, developed the Nation Brand Index, or NBI. It is a measure to assess a country brand image. This brand image influences various aspects, such as the country's political, economic, and cultural power. What Anna Holt highlights is the connection between how a nation is perceived internationally and how that perception can affect its global standing. A strong national brand does not just enhance reputation, it influences a country's relationship, trade agreements, and even domestic affairs. For example, if a country has a strong positive national brand, it is more likely to attract tourism, foreign investment, and even talent trade. The Nation Brand Index gives us insights into how a nation's reputation and the perception of its citizens shape this standing on the global stage. Now, think about this. In today's world, with so many nations competing for attention and influence, what do you think are the most critical factors in creating strong national brand? Is it political stability, cultural exports like music, fashion, and cinema, or perhaps it's something else together? Think about South Korea. The global popularity of K-pop and K-beauty has helped South Korea build a powerful nation brand. This has boosted tourism, increased demand for South Korean products, and enhanced the country's global reputation. South Korea's cultural exports, including Samsung and Hyundai, contribute to this strong brand image. Right. K-pop, K-beauty, K-content not only function as popular cultural products, but also plays a pivotal role in enhancing Korea's national brand. These industries have been instrumental in positioning Korea as a leading exporter of cultural and creative industries, which elevates its global standing in areas like tourism, trade, and diplomatic influences. The Venn diagram illustrates how K-pop, K-food, K-content, and K-beauty intersect, forming a unified cultural appeal that contributes to the growth of Korea's national brand. The widespread appeal of these cultural products boosts Korea's image abroad, leading to increased soft power. It is the ability to attract and influence other nations through culture and values. How does K-pop's global popularity impact Korea's national brand? K-pop not only entertains, but also introduces people around the world to Korean culture, food, language, and tourism. This creates a positive association with Korea. Positive association. It makes it a desirable place to visit and invest in. Essentially, it positions Korea as a modern, creative, and forward-thinking country. Let's work through the timeline of key policies that have shaped Korea's content industry. I will guide you through each significant step. 25. This year marked the establishment of KOCA. The KOCA, the Korea Creative Content Agency. KOCA was tasked with promoting and supporting the content industry, providing essential resources like funding, training, infrastructure to content creators. This agency played a pivotal role in boosting sectors like K-pop, K-dramas, and animations. 2008, we then had the introduction of Content Korea Plan. This government-backed initiative focused on fostering the growth of Korea's content industry through policy efforts and funding programs. It also helped build Korea's soft power strategy, making Korean cultural exports like films, dramas, and music more prominent on the global stage. And 2011, the enactment of Content Industry Promotion Act. It provided a more solid legal framework. It ensured content creators had institutional support, including funding and intellectual property protection, laying the groundwork for sustainable growth and international cooperation. In 2012, the K-Culture Wave Initiative. It was introduced this year, often referred to as Hallyu. Hallyu 2.0. It specifically aimed at promoting Korea's cultural exports, especially in K-pop and K-dramas, to global audience. This initiative helped create new partnerships with international media. It led to a surge in the global popularity of Korean content. 2015, with a Creative Economy Innovation Center program, the government began on focusing more on infrastructure and resources for startups and content creators. This policy was aimed at developing new business in digital content, gaming, and webtoons, ensuring Korea's leadership in the global content industry. 2018, the Act on Promotion of the Content Industry. It continued to build on previous efforts. It provided legal and institutional support, copyright issues, promoting international cooperation, and boosting the global reach of Korea's cultural exports. And last, the most recent addition to this timeline is Digital New Deal policy. This policy is a crucial part of Korea's strategies to strengthen its digital infrastructure and expand its content industry globally, with a focus on new technologies like AI and the metaverse. The Digital New Deal aims to keep Korea at the forefront of the digital content space, driving innovation and competitiveness. Now think about these government initiatives spanning more than a decade have supported the growth of Korea's national brand. By creating a strong foundation for content creation exports, Korea has solidified its position in the global market. How do you think these policies have impacted Korea's national brand globally? K-pop and K-beauty have been a catalyst for Korea's international image as a hub of creative and innovation. As K-pop continues to draw millions of fans globally and K-beauty gains market share across Europe, North America, and Asia. These industries enhance Korea's cultural capital, contributing to its global recognition as a leading creative economy. Let's study some statistics about K-pop and K-beauty, which are both seeing impressive global growth. Starting with K-pop. K-pop in France. Mentions of K-pop tripled between 2020 and 2021, going from about 15,000 references per month in 2020 to over 44,000 in 2021. Fast forward to early 2023, and we are saw about 70,000 monthly mentions. And it's not just France. K-pop is hugely popular in countries like Indonesia and the Philippines, where interest continued to skyrocket. Moving on to K-beauty. The global K-beauty market is projected to reach around $10.8 billion in 2024. It's expected to grow to about $19.3 billion by 2034, with an average annual growth rate CAGR of 5.9%. To break down, the US market for Korea beauty products is growing at 4.2 CAGR, and Germany's market is set to grow even faster at 5.4%, driven by products that focus on things like anti-aging and sustainability. Now, what does it really mean when we say the compound annual growth rate, CAGR, compound annual growth rate? Basically, it means that over a set period, whatever value we are looking at, like revenue or market size, grows at an average rate of 5.9% per year. Even if the actual growth changes year by year, CAGR gives us a smooth average growth rate. It's like saying if everything grew at the same pace every year, it would have been 5.9%. So it helps us understand the long-term trends more easily. Okay, in short, both K-pop and K-beauty are growing in rapid with a strong interest across Asia, Europe, and the USA. Okay, how does K-beauty contribute to Korea's image as a modern, innovative country? K-beauty focuses on sustainability, innovation, cutting-edge skincare techniques, positions Korea as a leader in beauty technology and sustainable practices, and makes us synonymous with progress and quality. Okay. Looking at the growth in sales and exports of Korean content, it's clear these cultural products are not just entertainment, but they key economic drivers. They contribute to the globalization of Korea's national brand, attracting foreign investment, fostering tourism, and creating global partnership. Okay. What is the link between K-pop and the Korean economy? K-pop actually acts as a cultural ambassador, driving tourism to Korea through concert, fan events, and increased visibility in global media. This, in turn, fuels sectors like fashion, cosmetic, and food, which is heavily influenced by K-pop culture. Right. Let's up today's lesson by reflecting on the power importance of brands across consumers, companies, and even nations. First, for consumers, brands offer something beyond just the products. They provide trust, quality, and emotional connections. When you think of brands like Apple or Samsung, it is not just about their phones or gadgets. It's about the innovation, status that consumers trust and keep coming back to. That's the emotional connection a strong brand can create. And companies. Brands are key to standing out in crowded market. They enable business to charge premium prices, build long-term loyalty, and differentiate themselves from the competition. Take Tesla or Louis Vuitton, for example. Their brands are so powerful that they command higher prices and a loyal customer base. These companies thrive because of the value their brands bring. Lastly, nations. A strong national brand boosts more than just economic growth. It enhances a country's global reputation. South Korea is a perfect example. Through cultural exports like K-pop, K-beauty, and K-content, South Korea has positioned itself as global cultural influence. Its brand as a nation attracts tourists, foreign investment, and gives the country a significant presence on the global stage. Alright, brands are more than just the logos or names. They show experience, emotions, and long-lasting relations that go beyond products. Whether we are talking about Apple, Samsung, even a nation like South Korea, brands are essential in determining long-term success. What brands do you personally feel the most connected to? And what do they stand out to you? Let's take a moment to think about that. That's about brands like Apple, Nike, or Starbucks. For many people, these brands stand out, not just because of the products, but because of the emotion they evoke, whether it's innovation, personal style, or even a sense of community. Personally, I feel most connected to, for example, Apple, because of how it inconsistent delivers quality and innovation. It is the consistency and the way it aligns with my value that makes me stick with it over other brands. Okay, that's it. If you have any question, feel free to leave a message in Google Classroom and leave a message. Have a good day. Bye-bye.